Hey everybody, my name's Mike Tomorrow, and I want to welcome you to the latest episode of My Life with Asperger's. Today's topic I'm going to be talking about is relationships. I know I already did a video back in 2011. I think it was video number 9 that talks about relationships. And I know some people were asking me, have I ever had a boyfriend, or not boyfriend, have I ever had a girlfriend, or whatever, or a relationship that way? The answer is no, because I've had a rough time trying to find the perfect mate for me, perfect lady for myself, and I feel attached to some people, and you know, when I find out they're with somebody else, or if I try to ask them out, and I get too shy, or it's hard for me to take no, and that's why I never ask out anybody, and even in high school, I never asked anybody out, or in college, or when I did a Disney college program. Though there have been a few times that I really did like somebody, but at the same time, you don't want to mix pleasure with business. So if you try to get somebody that was a coworker of yours and try to ask them out and go out with them, then you might regret it, because if something were to go wrong and you break up and all that, and it could make your workplace a living hell, It could make your work style a living hell, because you both work at the same place and the same area, and so I know I really liked a couple of people that I worked with, but I never asked them out, because I just don't want anybody to get in trouble. I just don't want to get hurt, and I don't want them to get hurt, so that's why I do not ask anybody out that I worked with, or or if I'm working with them currently, I try not to ask them out, because it's real hard, I do like them, and we can be friends. There's no problem with being friends, there are also a couple of people outside work that I really like too. And probably one or two that I really liked in some of the groups I belong to outside work. It's just real tough to ask somebody out, because if I try asking somebody out, then they might reject me as well. But, it's just real tough. It's real tough asking somebody out in this world. Day and age, I'm going to be 31, and I'm still going to be single, But why do people rush into relationships? That's the problem too. They want to rush into relationships, then next thing you know, they're getting married, Unless you really love somebody, you shouldn't be really marrying them, So that's why you probably gotta wait a few more years before you get married, Wait and see how it folds out before you get married, But, and I do sometimes get jealous if somebody does ask somebody that I really like out, or if somebody does get married to somebody else that I really liked. It does bother me, and I do get jealous. But at the same time, they were able to get the person that you want, they were able to get them, whereas you did not take the time to get them, And that's a lesson that I learned, You gotta try to get somebody as quickly as you can, but at the same time, you just don't want to feel rushed. The perfect person will come out there for you, So, You just gotta depend on yourself to go out there and do what you feel, you know. Don't let anybody tell you wrong, you know. Don't rush into relationships and don't marry within 6 months. Wait a little while, you know. Because you don't want to hurt each other, and if you marry too quickly, then you'll end up in divorce, you know. But for me, I feel lonely, and sometimes at like events or parties, like for example the parties that the camping club puts on, I don't feel comfortable going by myself. And it's real hard for me to ask a date, or for a wedding even. You know, it's real hard for me to go by myself. I don't know who to take out or ask out, or you know, it's a real bother. And Valentine's Day, I don't really care for that day anymore because I don't have a relationship with anybody. There's no reason for me to celebrate Valentine's Day other than working at the Springfield RV Camping and Outdoor Show when it falls on Valentine's Day. You know, that's the only time I really appreciate Valentine's Day is when I work at the show. I don't, you know, well, I mean, because it takes my mind off of Valentine's Day. It takes my mind off of romances and relationships and whatever, you know. That's why I enjoy working at the show when it's on Valentine's Day. Because I stay on focus and work at the show, you know. So, but yes, relationships are real hard. And there's no escaping them. And it's real hard for somebody that's on the spectrum to ask somebody out because we're shy and we have a hard time with our social skills to ask somebody out, you know? And it's just real hard because you know that 1 minute they're single, but yet you go ask them. They might tell you something else because, you know, like one day they might be single. And then the following day you ask them out and it's like, oh, I'm seeing somebody already. You know, that really bothers me. That might bother you too. So my advice is don't rush into it. Once you feel comfortable, then try asking them out, you know. You know, in high school I regretted it. I don't regret it in the workplace though, because you don't want to mix business and pleasure. So, and if you ask somebody out at the workplace, like I already told you, it's going to be real hard to deal with it if you break up or something goes wrong. So, alrighty. I hope you stay safe and good luck in your relationships out there. Talk to you guys all later.